Hello everyone and welcome to So Many Games So Little Time. I'm Joachim, and as usual this week it is just me, not Kine, because as you know, we always skip weeks. And there might be some changes in the coming weeks as well, because my wife is heavily pregnant, so she might be giving birth around the 20th of December. So obviously I'll be more occupied and I'll be putting out less videos more likely. But yeah, and also kind of this moment is pretty busy as well with his school, because both of us are also approaching the exams, which is a lot of papers and meetings and all that kind of stuff. So don't shoot us if we don't do the weekly every week, or if the production goes down a little bit. It's only normal, right? But I think I'll still try to put out videos, but then mostly the smaller games, solo games, and then focus on some other stuff, not the 2-hour mammoth stuff. And I think the unboxings will still happen, because that's very short and easy to edit. Anyway, let's get to the weekly update now. It should be a short one. You can already see I have Call to Adventure here, Epic Origins, which is a bit strange for me to back it, because I had one of them before and I sold it. But I sold it because it never got to the table. It was also before the channel, and I actually never gave it a shot, to be honest. And then I wanted to make space, and I was like, you know what. But then as I was browsing through the Kickstarter, it actually, I don't know, it looks cooler now. It appeals to me more now. I don't know. Maybe the way they set it up here appeals to me more than before. Of course, it's a lot shinier as well, but although I'd always thought it was pretty to begin with. Yeah, I mean, I never give it a real shot. And I was never crazy about stuff like the Stormlight Archive that you see here, because those are based on books. And if you haven't read the books, I mean, it'll still be nice, I imagine. But it's even better if you've read the books, obviously. Yeah, it's just... And this time I might. But then on the other hand, November was pretty busy, but December looks to be just the same, right? Equally as busy. So I'm not sure if it's going to survive. At the moment, as you can see, I have the Epic Hero Deluxe game and accessories. So basically everything. Because they all come into one big pack, if I'm not mistaken. So of course that helps. Let's see, suggested shipping. I think I went past it already. Yeah, as usual, you know, China's pretty cheap, so I didn't go full out. I think the chosen one. Yeah, this one is everything, so I didn't do that. I just did the Epic Hero, which is a deluxe game and premium accessories. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. There's a good chance it'll get cut, but you know, I just want to show you guys as well. It's definitely very pretty, and it's more of a storytelling game. So if you're here to really, like, you know, more like Euro style plan and everything, this is more like relax, you know, create your own story kind of stuff. All right, next we have Resurgence. It's over its goal, but 8 days ago, so it won't be that crazy. It just went down again. But the reason why I'm backing it, it's the same designer as Rurik, which is an awesome game. And pure on face value, I wasn't going to back it. I have to be honest, I wasn't going to back it. But then I did some research and I really like the system behind it. I watched the video. It's really cool the way you use your survivors and everything. Like, I wish it was prettier, because then it would get a lot more attention, I feel. And then also the fact that you're dealing with survivors and you know, after an apocalypse and all that kind of stuff. It's, I mean, I'm not sure if it's really after an apocalypse, but I get that feeling. And you have the solo mode as well, which is always really good to have. Yeah, I don't know. It appeals to me, and I really don't think it'll get cut now. Of course, I hope more stuff will get unlocked, but yeah, like secretly place your survivors onto your assignment board, and then depending if you have the highest or not, stuff will happen, or extra stuff will happen. And it's similar to Rurik, of course, but yeah, I really like that mechanic. And also the comments of everyone is super positive. So maybe I'm kind of surprised there's not more backers, but yeah. Okay, next I have the 3 new Valeria universe games. Now I am a big fan of the Kingdoms of Valeria, so I'm mostly doing this for the Dice Kingdoms. Sorry, I was eating chips. I should do that before doing this. Cheers. So mostly doing this for Dice Kingdoms of Valeria. We also have Siege of Valeria, which is tower defense. Dice Kingdoms, of course, rolling right, and Thrones of Valeria, trick taking. Not necessarily a fan of trick taking, but all 3 games, they look interesting. Now, I'm not a fan of the look of the Dice Kingdoms, to be honest. It's not exactly pretty, but yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I backed this pure on its reputation. You know, the fact that I like Valeria card kingdoms and everything. But I have to go into it with a lot more detail to decide if I really, really want it. But they have everything here. Download and print out the rule books and the game components. You can actually play it already, you know, if you really want to check it out. And they also have it on Steam. So there's no reason not to try it out before you decide to pledge. Siege, however, looks really cool because I always like Siege games, you know, when you're defending yourself. Yeah, so, and of course the art is always top-notch. It's never a problem with the Miko. And then the last one is the trick-taking card game, which, like I said, is not 100% up my street or my alley. So I have all 3 now, but if I keep going, I'll probably just scale back to 2. Because, like I said, trick-taking, not really for me. But, of course, you know, you can get the Miko to design a full deck of standard playing cards, could be really nice, but we'll see. And when it comes down to backing, they're already way over their goal, so it will happen anyway. And still 17 days. The Dice Towers, again, possibly cool Dice Towers. It ends in 4 days, that's why I put it here. Just, if you're interested, you know, check it out. Usual, really amazing Dice Towers. Can't wait to get the STL files and then have it made and then, you know, have my own collection. Where am I going to put it? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, so I'm not going to spend more time on this. Basically, TLDR, a lot of STL files to have it printed, and then, yeah, that's it. So, this surprised me. This is Manchukuo. This and together with Onimaru are games that I backed, and you can see the sad face here, which is me and a lot of other people, I imagine, because many people thought this game was never going to get made anymore because there's so much bad stuff coming out about the producer, the developer, sorry. Like he created this stuff to pay for previous campaigns that he did for other games, Sweet Mess, if I'm not mistaken. And then he had to find some other publisher to buy Sweet Mess from him to have money to do other stuff, and basically tons and tons of red flags. So Manchukuo and also the other one, so Onimaru here, this one, both of them I actually already wrote it off. Like, I'm never gonna get it. But now an update was that they've completed all the assets, submitted them, it's gonna be made, and then they're working on a sample anyway, and hopefully it'll be completed before the end of the year, and then we'll see. They're gonna produce Manchukuo and Onimaru at the same time. So yeah, we'll see when it comes around. I think it'll be, they say the production and manufacturing would end somewhere around mid-February. So who knows? Maybe March, maybe April. We'll see. Yeah, like the comments is like I'd almost written this one off, which is already enough, you know. But then Onimaru is a solo game. Well, it says 1 to 4, but it's mostly a solo, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks really awesome, you know. which is why I bought, which is why I backed it. But then when I heard that, I heard about all the problems, I figured it's not going to come out, because it has all these different. Reminds me of Naruto. All the different skills as well, and then it has this very cool gate. This is the gate board, but then one of the upgrades was that you have an actual real gate that you put up. I'm looking for it now. This is the deluxe edition, for example. Really, really nice. Where is the gate? Here, the shadow gate here as well. So when it comes out, it should be really, really nice. But yeah, we'll see. Cautiously optimistic now. All right, then Twisted Fables. Now, if you've followed our channel at all, then you know we've done Twisted Fables before. I own it, the Super Deluxe Edition or whatever it's called, Epic Edition, Deluxe Edition, just Deluxe, yeah. And they've done a new campaign now, which they say they'll deliver before Christmas. So I cannot recommend this one enough. It is really, 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 really good, the game. We have a bunch of videos. I know we still owe some videos, a 2 versus 2, but it's been crazy busy. I've done mostly solo or 2-player games in general. We haven't played with the relic cards yet. I mean, we have, but not on video. But the game is awesome. Check out the videos that we've made, and you'll see the fact that they're some of the most popular videos on our channel says a lot as well, to be honest. Yeah, and the only thing new for me here is the play mats, basically. So you cannot get what we got in the first Kickstarter. It's the Epic Collection. So it's a collection of all kinds of stuff, but it's not the same as the deluxe edition. There's no foil cards. There's no big box for everything. So yeah, there's small differences. So what I'll be getting is just the mats. The Mulan play card with stage card, so that's new. The Mulan playmat and the stage card are new. The other playmats were already available, but I didn't get it back then. But I'm getting it now because I love the game so much. I wish actually they had one for each character, but yeah. So the stage card is basically like when you're fighting at a certain area, then this you use it at the beginning of the game. This will change the rules somewhat. So yeah. So and then you've got all the different stuff here. I mean, it looks all the same, but it's because they changed it to regions. Yeah. So of course I added the Asia and Oceania. And what's in the box? All this stuff. All right. So yeah, the Epic Edition, you can see it looks really nice, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you're into these kind of games, definitely get it. It's really, really good. Yeah. So that's it. I don't think I have to spend more time on this. Yeah. So sadly, we are not represented in the videos. But yeah. Next one is Skyrim. Now, Kine and I both wrote this off because of the very ugly cards, and it's kind of bland looking. But I'm hearing more and more, I should say, mentions and opinions of people that's actually quite good. So it's back on my radar. I need to do more research again. Also because they have so much now that came out. Lots of different expansions, and it really feels like Fallout now, to be honest. Also the way the board looks is a little bit Fallout-y. And all the different number cards, and the fact that every time it plays different depending on the stories that you have, you can become a vampire now, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. The miniatures, however, they still look like crap. No offense. I mean, it's okay. Maybe crap is exaggerated, but from the videos I've seen, they're really not that impressive. You know, like look at the swords, for example. Yeah. So I don't know what will happen. I'm on the fence. How much time do I have before I need to decide? I still think quite a while, right? 12 days. Yeah. And yeah, we'll see. And of course, you also have the Too Many Bones ones that comes out, but I'd like to know more about that one too. Okay, 3 more things that I want to talk about. Arydia, The Paths We Dare Tread. That campaign is over. I'm pretty sure you can late pledge, but they opened the pledge manager, and much to my joy and enjoyment, they actually have Zaya available with all the expansions, because I've been trying to hunt it down for ages, because one of my daughters is called Zaya, not because of the game, because of different reasons, which I'll explain at the end of the video for people who want to know about that. But yeah, because my daughter's named Zaya, funny fact is Zaya Mars, but I already have Terraforming Mars, so so yeah, that's the main reason why I wanted, but I also played it in the past, and, and I thought it was really good. So yeah, 2 reasons to get it. All right, so this is open now. So if you've ever wanted to have to get Zaya, the game, then it's definitely the moment. And I don't know if you know much about Arydia, but one of the things it has going for it is the fact that it has is there no way to go for the original one? Probably not. Is that it has removable heads. It sounds so stupid, but it does have removable heads, but you can't see it here, apparently. No, but so you can actually just, like, let's say you find something new or new weapon, then you just remove the head and put it in a new base that then shows what you're carrying and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of surprised that they don't say it here. It just says 60 plus pre-painted miniatures, because you're always, you know, moving the head around. 900 cards, 300 map cards, multi-layered world maps, multi-layer player boards, and 40 plus hours of handcrafted gameplay. So yeah, so definitely backing that now because of Zaya. And then we have Voidfall. The pledge manager just opened up, and for people who are big fans of Mind Clash games and you don't have everything yet, I basically have tons available now. They have Anachrony, you can get everything, including the Infinity Box, which you'll see later. Cerebria is available. I decided not to go for Cerebria because it seems way too complicated for what it is. That seems to be the general consensus. Also because it uses so many terms, like words, that would be way more easier to just not keep it thematic this time, because it says here, vibrant fantasy world, side with bliss or gloom, rally your emotions. All those words could just be replaced by just generic words, and then people would understand the game immediately. But because everything is constantly referenced in a certain way, it seems to be very difficult to actually understand and get the hang of the game. And if you need to do all that just to be able to play the game, I don't know. It looks really pretty though, but I'm not touching it. But what I am getting is Tricarion, because Tricarion I've wanted for ages. Also always sold out everywhere, or you just find Dalgard's expansion, which is useless if you don't have the base game. So definitely getting that. Packed in the Tricarion big box, you know, that's all nicely put together. And then you have the accessories, so the Anachrony big box. It's not the Infinity Box. It's the same size, but it's not the Infinity Box. Oh, well, there you go. All the different resources, the upgrades and everything. Tricarion big box. Yeah, promo packs, metal coins, all that in there. So if you're interested, Voidfall. I imagine you can do a late pledge, but I don't know. Oh wait, maybe if I click here, does it say late pledge? Dun dun dun. I don't see a late. Here it is, late pledge. Yeah, there you go. So definitely possible. And then the last one was CMON or CMON or whatever you're supposed to pronounce it. They had this big reveal, and it turns out to be Marvel Zombies, a zombicide game. And I'm gonna click notify, but honestly, I'm probably not gonna do anything. I click notify just to see what it's like, but Marvel Zombies, I mean, I know it's a thing in the comics, but so much Marvel already, and I don't know, it just feels a bit too much, and it feels very much underwhelming, especially the zombies part. What I really want, and it's still not happening, is a Marvel game that has all kinds of stories. Choose your own story, you know what I mean? Like for example, role player adventures and everything. You just, stuff happens and you choose, you go A, B, C, D, stuff like that, and you just decide, you role play as Spider-Man and do what he did, or you become Tobey Maguire in the third one, where you become like evil for a while, all those kind of stuff, you know. That's the game that I want from Marvel, and that's the game that's not in there. You have Marvel Champions, but I had that, but it just felt like, no, I need to do this and this and this. It didn't feel like an adventure at all. I have Marvel Legendary, which is nice, but once again, not much of a story, because you're like a PR guy for Marvel. Even though I love that game, you know, but the Marvel game I really want, they just seem to not want to make. That's why I was excited for Marvel Dice Throne, but then they didn't deliver in Hong Kong, and there's also no word about Marvel Dice Throne Adventures. Now that I would jump on as well, even though it's very thin on the adventure part. It's just a dungeon crawl without any storylines. But I want Marvel storylines. I want the comic books with alternative endings, and then in a huge big box, stuff like that. That's what I want. Marvel Zombies, don't really care. I mean, I saw the unboxings online about with the huge Galactus and everything. It looks really cool. The minis will probably look awesome, just like the Witcher board game. The minis look awesome. Am I excited for the Witcher board game? No, because the gameplay really doesn't appeal to me, because once again, I want to have the same thing. I want to have the stories. That's why I like the Witcher, the adventure game, because it's just a race game. You're trying to complete missions, but at least the story, you know, you can read it, and it has, it's tiny stories, but it makes sense. It's the Witcher world. I enjoy it much more than the other stuff that I've seen. Anyway, that's my gripe with it. I don't have any zombie games at all. 0 zombie games. I almost backed the last Zombicide one, but then the sheer amount of boxes just turned me off again. I've been looking for Dawn of the Zeds. Haven't found it so far. Supposedly one of the best zombie games there is. But yeah, no, I don't have any zombie games. So, yeah, maybe this one will make me get it, but I really doubt it, to be honest. I mean, I also have Marvel fatigue. I love Marvel to bits, but yeah, the one game I want, they still haven't made. It's really disappointing. All right, aside from that, the giveaway, before I talk about the names, the giveaway that will end on Wednesday, but it's also tomorrow, actually, midnight Hong Kong time. But it's also my birthday, so the draw will happen later, okay? But of course, everybody who tries to enter the competition after Wednesday will not be allowed in. So don't sit around waiting on Wednesday like, ooh, what is the result going to be? It won't be there yet, okay? And Thursday is my daughter's birthday. So I'm 24, she's 25, November. So I think probably, I don't know, Friday maybe, that I'll do a live draw, most likely without Kine. We'll see. Just be patient. You'll see it when you see it, okay? All right, and then finally, last thing that I promised was the whole names thing. Why is my daughter called Zaya Mars? And why is my other daughter called Mila Yuna? Very simple. My wife is from Hong Kong. She practices Taoism, and the idea there is when you are pregnant and you are going to have a baby, then you do not choose the name in advance. You wait until the baby's born, you know the day, you know the month, you know the year, all that kind of stuff. That will decide certain parameters, like yin and yang, right? And then, so you have one side, and then to balance it out, you create a name that balances it out. So it's based on like water and fire and so on. Obviously, I don't know the details that well, but it comes down to that you have letters in different columns, and you can jump from one element to the next to create a name. And so obviously when we had Zaya Mars, there's 2 short names, so the combination of letters was quite difficult. But of course, we're really happy with the name, duh. But that's how we got to it. And I have to say, I like it. I really do. because it takes away the annoyance of trying to come up with a name and people asking, so you found a name yet? No, because we don't do it. We'll see what happens when the next one comes out, and which letters were given, and yeah. So it's cool. It's like a game, right? So maybe I'll share the actual thing, what it looks like, if you're interested to see how we came up with the next name. But we have to wait until she's born, because it's another she. There'll be 3 girls. All right, that's it. I have nothing more to add. That's the update. Yeah. Be sure to check all the new videos that we've just released, and yeah, have a nice day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye bye.